What's going on, friend? In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Archetype Nolly by Neural DSP. I'm Jorge Lanzasing now. We break it down, baby. Alright, thank you so much for being here once again. And remember, as usual, like, subscribe, and do all those cool little things that we like to do on YouTube so that you and I can stay in touch with each other. Anyway, so here we are today, checking out the Archetype Nolly by Neural DSP, like I said. And in this case, let's just start exploring the interface just to get acquainted with it. First, we have, of course, an input section, output section, whatever. But right here is where we have like our menu section, right? Where we're going to be choosing pedals that go pre-amp. Then we have our amp. Then we have an EQ. Then we have our cabinet section. And let's check the mic collection. We have a 57, a 421, a 414, and a ribbon 160. So not as many as we have, for example, in the Corey Wong, but I think maybe all the essentials. I would like to add an 87. And if people of Neural DSP are watching, I need an 87 in your plugins. Just kidding. It's just that the 87 is my favorite microphone to put into an amp. Anyway, let's keep going. Then we have delay and reverb. Pretty good. Oh, let's start right here at the bottom. In the corner, we have our settings. We have our MIDI settings. I assume if you have like a controller or something. Then we have a tuner, a metronome, which is just a way to lock into a particular tempo. Then right here we have our amp section, which we're about to explore. Today, we're going to be using the PRS SE Custom 2408 with the USA pickups. If you know who Nolly is, which used to be the bass player for Periphery, but it's been their producer, and he mixes and he records, and he is the owner of Get Good Drums, and he does a lot of really good work. He's a very, very, very busy man, but he indulges in the high gain. So I'm sure that we're going to need some good humbuckers, which this guitar has. Okay, let's put this on really quickly. Let's just check the different amps. Okay, a custom whatever. I don't know what this is. No clue. This looks maybe like a 5150. And I think that this is like the Victory Kraken, maybe. But this too, no idea, man. If you were to ask me, I would say that either one of these might be like a Marshall or a Friedman or whatever. Let me know in the comment section if you know who that what amps these are. But okay, so if I hit default, this is what happens. Oop, there you go, high gain. Let's see if we need to turn the output down. Something funny happens because when I chug really hard, you feel that super bottom end. But if I don't, there's like nothing, right? I guess it is right there. Okay, I'm getting used to the amp. Okay, let's just check the other one before we start tweaking too much. Let's start from the left again. Oh, clean. Let's turn that bright gain, that bright situation. Wow, normally I would like start reaching out for like the presence or whatever, but this sounds pretty good. Let's see what happens if I do this. I want to keep it on high gain. Thank you. Okay, this is the first thing that I'm going to say that I've noticed is like very consistent in the Neural DSP. And I sort of talked about it on the Corey Wong review that I did, which is right here. You should go check it out. But yeah, something that I've noticed about Neural DSP, they set themselves for success because as soon as you open the plugin, you don't do anything and it already sounds good. This is a great sound. There's something exciting about the amp is all I'm saying. Okay. Feels like if we lower the master and keep the level, we're not distorting the amp on the way out. Which is what I like to do, because I feel like the more you start distorting the amp on the way out, the smaller the guitar sounds. Let's just turn the treble all the way up. Okay, that was a little too much. Why don't we just change the amp? Let's see, this kind of like strikes me like maybe a Marshall-y kind of thing. Let's see. And turn the gain down. Yeah, this is definitely a high gain amp, because as soon as you turn the gain down, it died. That sounds pretty good. Let's do this. Should we try to do bright instead of presence? We got noisy. Let's turn the gain up all the way. I feel like you need to hit it harder with like a overdrive or a boost or whatever you want to do with, but the sound is pretty good. Let's see what happens in this next amp. This one I feel like it's like a 5150, right? I want to say that it does have like that super top end like Soldano would. Let's see what happens if I hit a little bit low, and by a little I mean all the way up. Okay, I feel like this sounds really good. Okay, and last but not least, let's see what happens here with the Kraken. Wow, I don't know. This amp is like got me troubled. Because it sounds like a super high gain version of like a Vox AC30 in my, and I don't know, in my weird mind right now. Let me see what happens if I turn the treble up to make it more AC30-ish. There's something that I like about it. There's something that I hate about it. I don't know. I cannot put my finger on it. Maybe it's just like because it's such a new concept in my head. I never heard like a Victory amp. See, now that I turn on wow, this is crazy. Okay, so now that I turn the bass all the way up, it's got me feeling like a triple wreck. You know what I mean? I was gonna say like a triple reg that needs a little bit more gain, and here we go. Look, there's more gain. But there's that thing. I feel like now that I make a breakup almost all the way, that's where I felt the weak spot of it. It's got like this weird, rattly almost sound, right? I would say like maybe to get like super technical, it feels to me like the symmetry of the clipping that they're using doesn't sound pleasing to me. I don't know why. But that is something very personal, to be honest, because like I say, it sounds like it oddly like a like a super high gain AC30, which I don't know if you've been around for a while and you know you like your amps and stuff. Maybe you always wanted an amp like this. Yeah, it's got like that rattle in the top end that I'm not really enjoying. And just for this once, let's check a couple presets. What's this? I guess I did a preset. Let's see what crazy thing this is. Super, like it says, glassy. I wonder what I made this preset for, because the only reason why I would make a preset is like if I made a song and in that song I needed a tone like this and I used it and then I saved it because just in case I need to open the session in the future, whatever. Let's see what happens here. I want to see what Nolly has done. Air raid. It's good. I feel like definitely in a mix, this amp definitely should work because it's like super well defined. Ooh, ambient breakup. Let's do something like this. Okay, that's a lovely preset. See what else we have. Okay, we have articulate lead. Let's see what. Wow, I love that one. What a beautiful preset. Okay, beat blackface clean. Oh, nice. This sounds incredible. You have to admit it, right? Sounds really good, huh? Let's see what happens if we do a little funky test. I mean, right? That's what I was saying. The people at Neural DSP do presets pretty good. Or in this case, let's give the man his flowers. Nolly, man. I mean, in my opinion, that's lovely. Let's see what else we have. Blood Eagle, like Bold Eagle. I want to say like this, his high gain presets are definitely very conscious of the bass. So he knows that there's a bass player in the band and he's leaving space for him. Let's try to invade that space. Okay, so I want to say, if you are the kind of person that want good presets, good plugin. Pretty nice. I mean, to me, that sounds pretty good. I mean, so far, every single preset I've tried is pretty good. What am we going to do? Should we check one last one? Wow! I can't believe that the presets are so good that I've been staying on that stuff for so long. Let's just do one more. Let's see. Whatever, this Nolly's Murmur. Let's see what it is. Okay, that was a little underwhelming, so let's just do one more just for the fun of it. Post-rock can be. On that note, let's go get some conclusions. Okay, so after messing around with that amp for however long we did it, I felt like it was like pretty nice experience, to be honest. Like, again, I want to say like the big difference that it makes when the company knows how to make presets. Like you saw, we only went through like 3 or 4 presets and like we got lost in the sauce effectively because, it just sounds great. It's inspiring. You want to play. You start thinking, oh, what would a song sound like this? And the fact that the presets are inspiring enough to allow me to do that, I think they're pretty great. But when we get down to it in the nitty gritty, I want to say this amp totally surprised me because especially when we heard that blackface preset, it could have fooled me. I'm not going to say that it sounded like a Fender, but it sounded like a great amp, like a great clean tone. I felt like there was absolutely nothing missing. Like I wouldn't change anything on some of these presets, They're really well thought out. And then, I don't know, I would be curious to like push it with the pedals and stuff like that just because that would be fun, but that would be some other time because if not, it will be here forever, right? And then this one, I felt like it was really nice. I kind of want to say it felt to me like a little bit of a Marshall, but I'm not really sure. It didn't have like that sweetness that I tend to associate with a Marshall. It felt like almost like if it were to be a Marshall, it would be like some sort of like hot-rodded, high-gainy thing. Pretty good though. I mean, why would you like to have another Marshall? Let's say if you already have the soft tube, you should probably go check the soft tube Marshall collection that I did the review for. They did a fantastic job doing Marshall, especially with that like edge of breakup. I think so far, in my opinion, the best edge of breakup I've ever heard. But I digress. Let's keep talking about this guy. Then this like super high gain amp, what I'm going to say, like it was super metal. Every time I was playing, I was just feeling really good. I want to say maybe it's lacking a little bit of heaviness to it, but as soon as you crank the low end, you're good. And that's why I feel like this is maybe like a 5150 because that same thing happens sort of like with the 5150. But whatever, it doesn't matter what it just sounds great too. Then we have the Dark Horse. I want to say like this was like the most intriguing to me since I've never really heard a Victory amp. I mean, I've heard like the Andertons videos and like I'm not really familiar with like Victory amps, to be honest, like at all. Especially in the formative years, right? Because you grow up listening to certain music and you grow up recognizing certain tones, right? So this was to me like an odd card. Like I said, and I think I try to say things on the spot as soon as I come up with them because I don't want to put like a filter between what my thoughts and my reactions are and what I want to tell you. I don't want to filter that. I want to make sure that you hear exactly what I think. And right now, thinking back, I think this is exactly what I thought about that amp. It just sounds like an AC30 that's been like hot rodded to sound like super high gain. But as soon as you have it super high gain, you turn this bass all the way up, it feels like a Mesa Boogie triple rec. But it has that weird thing, that kind of like rattle kind of thing that would maybe be good for certain kinds of music. Or maybe like if you down tune or something. I don't know. Something just wasn't resonating with me, but I feel like it was more from like a familiarity perspective. And then I want to say that all of these sound pretty like mixed ready in the sense that they don't have like that super huge bottom end that some other amps have. But easy, you just turn it up. I feel like he's just trying to make your life easier if you're trying to make a song and you pull this plugin up and you play a guitar part over some drums or some bass. It will already sound pretty good. Of course, then you have to do like your high passes and think about the key that you're in and that kind of stuff, which he's not going to do for you because he doesn't know what kind of song you're going to write. But it already doesn't have like a super intrusive bottom end. It's like very, like, even if you see it in like a spectrum analyzer, it's like very flat or across the frequencies. And of course, when you chug, boom, 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 you get a little bit more of that stuff. It is a controlled bottom end. That's all I'm trying to say. So pretty great. Today, we didn't have the chance to check the pedals, but honestly, that wasn't really my focus. I was just trying to see what the amps were doing. And then I feel like we heard a little bit of the effects when we heard the presets. And I want to take a quick second to thank you for liking and subscribing and your super thanks and everything that you guys do to support me. I'm really thankful. Before I keep talking too much, remember, like if you like this video, definitely subscribe, stay warm, stay safe, go to the comment section down below and let me know what you think. Other than that, I'm out, my friend. Thank you for being here.